Boom shakalaka, 3 charts that are suggesting we are recognizing the bottoming zone for Bitcoin, plus the 1 news article that could be sending Bitcoin to the moon. You definitely want to stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we're taking a look at 3 charts that are suggesting we have hit the bottom, plus another person buying a lot more Bitcoin, and the 1 news article that could send Bitcoin to the moon, plus Ethereum might be going there with it. Now, before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also, come join us over on Twitter at the Crypto Love. And the market's out of extreme fear. Not that fearful anymore, but still in the fear area, just not the extreme fear area, as the markets are up 2% for the day. Bitcoin at 38,699, Ethereum at 2789, BNB at 386, Cardano at 110, Solana at 111, XRP at 62, and Terra at $52. Now, last month, what happened was NFTs actually overtook crypto in terms of popularity, search popularity on Google. You could see this if it was behind my head. You could see last month, NFTs actually overtook crypto. And this is no surprise. People are making a lot of money in NFTs and not making as much money in crypto. But what's actually going on behind the scenes of this, if you guys haven't been looking, is that as people buy these NFTs that they're making a lot of money on OpenSea, it burns a lot of Ethereum. As a matter of fact, $1 billion worth of ETH burned over the last 30 days due to record high transactions on OpenSea. And as a matter of fact, ever since EIP 1559, there's almost 2 million ETH burned. Now, we're not seeing this yet because ETH is still working on becoming deflationary. We could see that somewhere down here happening, maybe in the next few months to years with ETH becoming deflationary. But when it does, this decrease in supply could definitely affect the price of Ethereum. But you know who's not that big a fan of Ethereum at the moment? Jack Dorsey. He actually criticizes Facebook here, saying that Diem was a waste of time. Meta should have focused on Bitcoin because it's more decentralized and open-ended protocol. As a matter of fact, right now, Jack Dorsey is talking about creating a decentralized fiat on-ramp. So he's talking down here about building a decentralized Bitcoin exchange called TBDEX. It's coming, and gives us a few more details about the project. Now, why Bitcoin and not Ethereum? Well, Ethereum is very, very centralized still. Now, it's a globalized, decentralized computer, but not nearly as decentralized as Bitcoin. And some of the issues that he points out are people thinking that Ethereum is decentralized and then building NFT platforms and different things like that on top of Ethereum, a centralized platform, or other ones like Solana, an exceedingly centralized platform, which could cause problems for NFTs in the future. So that's why he's working on these decentralized Bitcoin products, which brings us to what's going on with Bitcoin, because generally what happens with Bitcoin happens with the rest of the market. If we take a look right here, we can see Bitcoin just the other day on the 29th broke through, the RSI broke through the downtrend right back here, and the last time this happened was the exact bottom. So suggesting that we are likely seeing the bottom for the Bitcoin downtrend. Now you can see this dotted blue line here is a Bitcoin downtrend we've been in for a while. So this would be the first resistance that Bitcoin price would encounter, roughly around $40,000 at the big even. If it can break through there, well, smooth sailing to about $48,000 to $53,000. But there's other charts as well that are suggesting we are seeing the bottoming. This 14-day SMA realized profits, we can see the bottoming zone last time right here below the $550 million line. Well, we could see the bottoming zone lasted 50 days there. Right now we're at 42 days, suggesting that short of a black swan event, it's unlikely the price would go below $28,000. The correction is near. And similarly, we can see that with the Bitcoin entity adjusted dormancy flow, this also is suggesting now is an optimal buy time for the most decentralized cryptocurrency ever. You have to remember that centralization equals manipulation. So decentralization would therefore limit the manipulation possible. So if we take a look at this, Bitcoin is currently the 4th most oversold in its history, according to the dormancy flow. The only other times it was similar was the bottom back in 2012, the bottom in 2015, the bottom in 2019 or 2020, or more recently in, I think that was June of this year. So those are the times when Bitcoin was more oversold than it was right now. And as a matter of fact, MicroStrategy's scooping up an additional 660 Bitcoin for $25 million in cash. The average price that they have paid for Bitcoin is $30,000 at this point, which brings us to where Bitcoin could likely be headed. This is a new chart by TechDev suggesting we haven't actually had, this isn't actually the third cycle, this is really only the second macro impulse. So as you can see here, we have macro impulse 1 followed by macro correction. Then we have macro impulse 2 followed by macro correction. So as you can see, these two are pretty similar, just the length has been expanded. So in 2011, we had the first part of the macro impulse, and then 2012, 2013, we had the second part where we bounced off of 2.236, 618, and further 0.618 fibs. Well, if that were to repeat itself, we could potentially see Bitcoin heading up towards about $178,000 in this macro impulse 2 before the macro correction. So things are looking great. We could have the news that we needed to send Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies and even NFTs more into the stratosphere. So if you did enjoy that, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I'll catch you later. Peace.